Hi everyone, it is me, Stormy, and sometimes I feel that no one gives me ONLOOK for being a weather worker who works for God. And I oversee weather, you know, well, I oversee winter, but not only winter, but I also oversee all weather. That's not only weather in winter, which is mostly cold with ice and snow, but oversee weather in fall, which can offshoot from being warm to being cold, and overseeing weather in spring, which starts out being cold, becomes warm, and then during summer, which is mostly warm. But I oversee rain and sometimes rainstorms. And sometimes there has to be lightning and thunder. And I got to step on a cloud to make the thunder and lightning come. Because sometimes God says, Stormy, we had to have a thunder lightning rainstorm. And I wish it was only, I wish that it was only, we folks were like, Stormy, why did, I can't say. I got to do my work. I'm a weather worker. I oversee the weather that God has made. The truth is, God works through me to do the weather. All right? It's not me doing the weather. God works through me and with me to do the weather. But no one seems to give me ONLOOK for being a weather worker. During winter, all they do is they bitch about too many snowstorms, Stormy. Too many ice. And that's only in winter. Then they also bitch about the windstorms that I do all year round during fall, winter, spring, and summer. But don't hold it to me, because then they say, Stormy, those twisters you do, those are bad. Yeah, well, I have really nothing to do with those twisters, all right? Yeah, I'm sorry to say Lucifer likes to do twisters and gills. I have nothing to do with those. I have nothing to do with wildfires, because those aren't storms. Those are land catastrophes that Lucifer does. No, I don't do earthquakes either. I don't do fire hill blowups. I oversee weather. And that has to do with snow and rain and sometimes hail, sometimes ice, and has to do with wind. All right? And then you got folks that bitch and say, Stormy, you made it snow too much during winter. You didn't give me enough snow. Then they're either bitching about how you give me too much rain, Stormy. See how you're never happy. Look at it this way. All the rain that you folks bitch about or say you're not getting enough of, that goes for all the trees, all right? That goes for drinking water for all the beings. That goes for the same water that you folks drink and clean your teeth with and take baths with, all right? And that snow that you sometimes bitch about, you're not getting enough of or getting too much of, that melts and that becomes rain. And that wind, I'm sorry about the wind, all right? I seek to keep my wind under run and lead, but sometimes windstorms can get a little crazy, all right? And at one time, I believed, and why I look crooked in this film, why I look unstraight in this film is beyond me. It's the way that the way that the TSL, the way that the TLS toys made me, I guess. And I once believed that I didn't have any ONLOOK. Lucifer made me dumbly believe, and I chose to believe this. He made me believe that Rainbow Bright was getting all the ONLOOK, and that I wasn't. And it wasn't true. And I spent the first month when I showed up on Rainbow Bright's Euro Fairway Rainbow Bright for Life. You know, you seen all those films. You saw when I had started shit with Rainbow Bright. You saw when Rainbow Bright was with Mario and Luigi or Sonic and Tails, and I did all that shit, sadly. Well, I just want to say I'm sorry for it. I'm not really that bad at all. I'm one of God's weather workers. And how does anyone first meet me? Well, God and Jesus had told me that I had ONLOOK. And Rainbow Bright says that everyone ONLOOKs me for what I do with the weather. So, at the end of the day, I should not believe Lucifer because he's a liar. And he wanted me to believe that no one ONLOOKed me. But that's shit. Everyone ONLOOKs me. God and Jesus made me be a weather worker. God works through me and with me to do weather. So, yeah, I got ONLOOK for that. How I first met was that it was Rainbow Bright and the Star Stealer, the 9 between 85 YL film, where they first meet me. And then also in Rainbow Bright, the Farseer show, which ran for one following starting from 9 between 86 YL. I was in all of them. I didn't really do much. Sometimes I was there. Other times I was just saying shit. But mostly I didn't really do all much, you know. But I was there from time to time helping out Rainbow Bright and Buddy Blue and, you know, Red Butler and Canary Yellow and Lila Orange and Shy Violet and Patio Green and Indigo and, you know, Moon Glow and Tickled Pink. I'm always there to help my friends out. And I have folks on this list that I don't like, but I'm willing to forgive. Yes, I will forgive Merkwell, Dismal, and Lurky for what they've done all those years. The King of Shadows, I don't think I'll ever forgive him. And I have ONLOOK as a storm worker, God storm worker. All right? And I'm here to tell everyone, give me ONLOOK as a weather worker. All right? And I'll see you all later.